This is Cairo, a nameless stray to most, but not to the woman who first saw him, standing silently by a trash bin on the side of a busy street in Port Harcourt. His mouth hung open, unmoving. His body trembled slightly with every breath. And his eyes, they didn't plead, they simply accepted. He had given up. She knelt down, uncertain at first. A piece of old bone was lodged firmly across his jaws, wedged between teeth too fragile to bite or dislodge. Cairo couldn't eat. He couldn't drink. He couldn't even whimper. Just silence. Fighting her own tears, she gently touched his head. "I'm going to get you help," she whispered. She called the nearest rescue group, Street Tales Rescue Unit. Within the hour, a rescue van pulled up. The team of 3 approached cautiously. Cairo didn't run. He didn't have the strength. They spoke softly, offering tiny pieces of boiled meat soaked in water, hoping to gain his trust. But Cairo only stared, motionless. The lead rescuer, James, reached for the neck. They had to act. A gentle sweep, quick and smooth, secured the dog. He didn't resist. That silence pierced everyone's heart more than any bard could have. Wrapped in a soft sheet, he was lifted into the van. As they drove off, he rested his head on the rescuer's arm. At the clinic, the vet examined him. His teeth were chipped, gums swollen and bleeding. The bone had likely been there for days. Every movement of his jaw had caused more tearing. He was severely dehydrated and dangerously underweight. The team knew he couldn't wait. They prepared for sedation. The room fell quiet. A mild anesthetic was administered. Cairo's eyes slowly closed. With gloved hands, the vet and 2 assistants began the delicate work. The bone had to be rotated gently. Any wrong move could fracture the jaw or rupture tissue. It took time. 30 minutes passed. Finally, the bone shifted. A collective breath held in the room was exhaled at once. One last careful twist and it slid free. The vet held it up. Bloodstained. Jagged. A tool of torture now removed. Cairo was cleaned, injected with antibiotics, and carefully monitored. And then something unexpected happened. He wagged his tail. Still weak, barely moving. But it was there. The tiniest wag. A sign he was still in there. Alive. Hoping. Healing.
They named him Cairo, after the Swahili word victorious. The next day, he licked a spoon of chicken broth. He blinked more. He moved his head when someone entered the room. Every little gesture felt like a miracle. Volunteers took turns sitting with him. He didn't like loud voices, but responded to whispers. When a young girl named Eva came to read stories to the shelter animals, Cairo rested his head on her lap. For 30 minutes, he didn't move, he just listened. 2 weeks later, his jaw had healed. He could chew soft food. His body was stronger, his eyes brighter. But most importantly, Cairo barked. For the first time since his rescue, a single bark. Shocked, confident. Everyone in the shelter clapped. One morning, a call came in. Another dog across town had a bone stuck in its mouth. But when the rescuers arrived, the dog had already removed it by pushing against the curb and rubbing its face against the dirt. It was Cairo. He had wandered far from the shelter during an open-yard day. They brought him back. But this time, he wasn't in pain. He was surviving, learning, healing on his own. The team realized something. Cairo didn't need to be caged. He needed space. He needed care from afar. He needed love without pressure. So they made a decision. Cairo became part of their community guardian program. He stayed around the shelter but was allowed to roam safely with a GPS collar. Locals recognized him, fed him. Children greeted him after school. His favorite spot, under a mango tree behind the shelter gate. On rainy nights, Cairo slept inside. On sunny days, he sunbathed. He greeted new rescues with gentle sniffs. And once, when a sick puppy refused food, Cairo brought his bowl closer to hers. He had become more than a survivor. He had become a healer, a symbol, a reminder that sometimes the most broken souls become the ones who bring peace. Today, Cairo still roams with gentle confidence. He still remembers what it means to suffer. And that's why he never walks past another animal in pain. And the woman who first saw him. She visits every Saturday. She brings chicken, sits by him, and says the same words she did that first day. "You're safe now, my boy. You're safe." Some stories don't need dramatic endings. Sometimes, just watching a dog eat in peace, sleep in peace, walk without pain, is the happy ending. This was Cairo's story. If it touched your heart, tell us in the comments. Let Cairo know he's not forgotten. Let the world know that even the quietest cries deserve to be heard.